Hi, welcome back. So now you have understood the concept of services. We're going to look at a small example on the same. I'm going to create a simple demo by calling it services demo. I'm going to use 15 API and empty activity. Name the main activity whatever you want. Now in this particular example, there will be two buttons, start service and stop service. When you click on start service, your service gets started. And if you try to click again to your start service, it won't get started because it's already started. Now there will be a stop service because we are going to implement only started type of service. We are not going to implement the bound service. So started services run indefinitely. You gotta stop them from your own, or there should be a self stop after they are complete. So for that, we have provided a stop service button. You click on that, your service gets stopped. Now if you try to click on that stop service again, nothing will happen because your service has already stopped. So let's just see this in action. For that, I will create a nice UI. I will drag and drop a text view, and I will call it services demo and 30 sp. Great. So I will create two buttons. First button, call it start service. Second button, let me call it stop service. Great. So when you click on start service in the XML, you need to put a on-click attribute, and let me just call it start something. That's the method I want to implement in my activity again. And for this also, stop something. Great. So I need to implement these method there. So I will just do Alt plus enter, and there you go, and then enter again. Alt plus enter, enter again. So I have two methods here. Beautiful. All I need now is to create a service. So either I create a manually Java class and extend it by service and then put the registration or put the definition in the manifest file manually, or there is an easier way to do that. Just right click on your development package, go to new, and then go to your service, and from there select the service. Now put the name of the service, let's say my own service, whatever the name you want to give, and you want it to be exported so that other can use it or enable. Well, it's totally upon you that if you want this service to be used by others, check on exported, enable. Yeah, of course you want to enable it. Just finish. And as you can see, my service has been created by extending the class from service, and by default on bind method is coming here. That is for bind services, but as of right now I'm not going to use any bind service related tasks, so I can return null too. Great. But what I'm going to do is I am going to create a start service. So to start that service, we need on start command method. That's first, and then because I also want to show the user that service has destroyed, so I do want a destroy method to be overridden too. So if you remember the life cycle of your started services, it starts from on create, then it goes to your on start command. Whenever somebody calls your start service, then service starts running, and then it goes to your destroying life cycle, and it gets destroyed by calling on destroy. Okay. Cool. So now I have my services ready. All I need to do now is whatever the message I want to pass. So on start method, inside on start method, this is where you will put your functionality or the code long running code which you want to put in a service. But if your code is taking too long, then I would suggest you create another background thread and put that code in there, and whenever it is needed, use broadcast receivers, broadcast receiver to get your UI updated. Well, why is that? Because your service itself runs in your main thread, right? So you do not want to halt your main thread for too long. So toast dot make text, put the context object this. Now services does have a context object, so you can put this. What's the message you want to show? Let's say service started. started. Service started, and put the length short dot show. Great. If you want to put the log too, go on, I don't mind. So let's just put a log, my service, and put the log service has started. Cool, right? So at the end, make sure you are giving integer value. Well, what this integer value is, if you are creating services that you want even your service abruptly cancel or get destroyed next time you come, it's again start from there wherever you left. So we have some constant for that. So as of right now, I'm going to use start sticky one. So it will remain there. If you do not want start sticky, you can use the other constants too. And in destroy, on destroy, again I will just copy these two statements and I will change the message like service stop, and service has stopped. That's all. Great. So I have my service ready here, right? All I need to do now is call this service here. So how do I do that? Well, for that I do call what? I do need an intent, right? So intent I1, let's say equals to new intent, and you're gonna go from this to your service class, that is my own service dot class. Great. And how do you start your service? By calling start service. Just pass your intent. Good. And if you want to stop your service, stop service and give the intent name. Well, you haven't really initialized your intent. Just copy this same intent here and again just put that stop. There you go. Great. I just run this. So let's just click on our start service button. It should show me a toast. Great, it's showing me toast that started service started. So if I go to your Android monitor, there should be a log related to that too. Great, you can see that service has started. So if I click on start service again, okay, service will again start, but the thing here is it will never create a new object. What do I mean by that? I will just explain in a bit, but let's just stop the service first. Service stop, right? So the service has stopped, but if you try to click on service stop again, it won't be calling that toast. Why? Because it's never it doesn't have a start service method again. So you see here, let me just explain it again. When you click on that button start service, the method, the service was created from onCreate, and an object was created for start service. Now there is a one object right now. If you try to click on this, it won't create a new object. It will be just using that same object. So how exactly I'm proving that? Because if I click on stop service, it should stop. It should show me toast twice, but it's not showing me twice, as you can see. There you go. See, the object of service is only created once. So that's the reason I told you that on start service will be called again and again, and the service will be having a single object. If you want to really prove that, you can have on create here, and in that on create you can put these two log, yeah, and service created. Great. And try to run this now. Try this. Service created, service started. right? Again, see, service started only. Never, it will never call created again until unless you destroy. Well, service stopped and service created again and service started again. Cool. So that was a small example showing you to the showing the life cycle of services, how exactly you can use your life cycle of services, and how or where exactly you will be putting the functionalities of services. You can design more complex example using services by using this same life cycle. So that was it from my side. Thank you.